everyone, it's Christine with Momspiration 412, founder of EduPlay. Welcome to Motherhood Challenging Yet Rewarding. Tonight we are going to be talking about sleep, and I was really going to start talking about a lot of different stages of sleep, but I actually got a lot of love and a lot of support with the current situation that we have in our home. So that's what I'm going to talk about this week. And then throughout the week, I am going to share more sleeping tips, whether it be a quick little video, a little graphic. I'll be talking about it on the radio, 100.7, Star, all kind of different things. So if you guys are new to the community, if you're old to the community, welcome everyone. Thank you all so much for joining. If you guys are watching, make sure to give me some love. Let me know that you're here. Say hello. I love being able to reach out and connect with all of you. So the big question right now is if you or your child, not you, but if your child has ever gone through night terrors, let me know what are some of the things that you guys have done. So when I originally was going to do this, oh, deep sleep music. Yes. Okay, so someone else was telling me about a noise machine. Kelly actually was telling me about a noise machine, and I'm going to have to utilize the alarm clock that we have for her. So if you guys have any other suggestions, throw them out here. I am going to read through the ones that we got in the group, and then that way this could be a good resource for anyone else that may be having this. So Ann April, that's on now. Hi, how are you? I love you. I miss you. Actually, someone else in our group suggested an oil, like a nighttime oil, and I'm actually going to see what she called it because I did it tonight. Okay, so Lauren Tejan, she also does oils, and she said she made her daughter a bad dream roller or spray, and she uses it on her pillow and her lovey, which is probably her blanket, and it has juniper berry and lavender in it. So from Ann April, I have gotten oh, it's right here, Serenity, okay? And this one's called a restful blend. Now this is just doTERRA that I have, but there's so many others out there. So this has the lavender. So let me know if you think this would be good for her. So I had her like make it's kind of a big deal. We're going to put it on our wrist, a couple drops on our pillow. She even wanted some on her stomach. So, I mean, just giving her that sense of, security, I guess, So let me back up a little bit. Ella is 5-ish. She's a little more than 5. She turned 5 in March. So she has had night terrors for quite some time, okay? And it used to be the fact that she would wake up and she would just be crying, okay? And sweet dreams, love you. And recently she has woken up, and this isn't just because we're in our new home. It's not, because I would have thought that, is it because we moved, we're in a new home, new area. Hi, honey. What are you doing? Okay, shut my door. Love you. So, you shut it? I just want to make sure she's not listening. So, one of the things was she would wake up and she would, just have these night terrors. And then she started telling me she was seeing things, okay? So recently she's seen like black dots or things that are larger and like kind of far away. So we've been like researching this, and we've looked up different symptoms, that she's been saying, and they happen over and over again, okay? And when this started happening, one of her pediatrician appointment, checkups, maybe it was 2 or 3 or whatever, probably around 3, I said, okay, what do I do? And the pediatrician said at that time, like, break up her schedule. If she's waking up at the same time, get her to the bathroom, maybe right before that happens. So then that way she's not falling into that dream. So we started doing that. I didn't wake her up, but when she would wake up, I would take her right to the bathroom and have her go to the bathroom. So that was working for a while. And like I said, at that point, it was just, just crying, And as she's gotten older, it's turned into things such as she's seeing these black spots. She is seeing things that look far away, but they're really big. Um, Sometimes she'll have like a very vivid dream, of what she can see. Just the other night, last 2 nights ago, or it was last night, she can't even look up from her dream, because she's like, I know it's still there. So some things that I've done in the past, obviously we take her to the bathroom, and now she's almost like sleepwalking when she goes into the bathroom. So she's going in, she's going to the bathroom, and she's just ready to walk out. And I'm calling her, Ella, come wash your hands. Ella, come wash your hands. And she's not even there, like she's going right back to bed. So I've had to go get her and bring her back and wash her hands and then get her back in bed. And she falls asleep pretty simply, pretty easy. But some nights, I mean, she won't even look up from her pillow. So those were the nights where I was starting to get a little worried. And, just thinking, like, what else should I do? Should I call a doctor? Should I call a therapist? Should I, is there something more to this? So we definitely are reaching out, or going to be reaching out and finding other strategies, that may help her. You guys have given awesome strategies. So when I was talking with Kelly today on 100.7 Star, huge shout out to Kelly. She, mentioned about an alarm clock that has a white noise machine that she can, use her phone and either make it louder or softer. I may have to look into that. We have one that has music and it has a light, but it goes out throughout the night. So it doesn't stay on. That music doesn't stay on. And it may not be, she doesn't need music on all the time, but she might need, the noise. But, and April said deep sleep music. So I may have to look that up even. Another thing that was mentioned was the oils. So I did tonight, and we'll see if this helps. And like I said, it's not every night. So if anyone else is going through something like this, like, I want to be here as a resource because it's difficult. But everyone that responded said they either have their kiddos are sleeping through the night, which kudos to you. Alex has started finally sleeping through the night here in our new home. They come into our room minimally now, which is so great. But like yesterday, Ella was having a pretty bad night, and she wouldn't even go into her room, back into her room. She went right into our bedroom. So she just slept in our bed last night. So ambient sounds on the Alexa. We use this for Abby. Oh, all right. I'll have to look at that for sure. Let me know, guys, if you guys have any other suggestions. I'm going to read off some of the other ones I have. We did have someone else here with night terrors, so hopefully some of these suggestions are going to be helpful for you. But, sometimes something else I heard, and with us, our routine has been pretty off lately. Either she's up later or, we're doing all kind of other things. So sometimes setting up that routine as well. And then that way their body is getting used to it. They know when, it's time for bed or for bath, for their story, for song, and then bedtime, So we have a routine, but our time has been different, based on the move and everything. So that is something that we have to kind of get back into a routine, and maybe that will help. The other thing that has helped Ella on some days, like yesterday was not going to work, but on some days I have been able to start singing her lullabies and saying her prayers. So what I do is it's kind of like her getting snapped out of it almost, where we just keep saying her prayers over and over again, and I keep having her say, whatever, just some positive phrases, okay? And having her repeat them over and over again. So it's kind of making your mind over matter kind of a thing, So that's something that has helped us, singing, prayers, positive phrases. So those are some things that may help others. Um, Sometimes sleeping in other beds, it's not ideal, but we have that sometimes too. Um, I'm just trying to. Oh, another one. Amanda suggested this one. So her son used to have bad night terrors and sometimes still does. He wakes up in the middle of the night occasionally, but not as bad. We give him calm magnesium gummies, and they've helped so much. So she actually added the link here in our group message earlier. She said she also eliminated red dye from his diet, and that has helped tremendously. So I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. We don't do too much red dye, I guess, because I was kind of looking through the pantry. And then my mom started saying, like, well, what about fruit snacks? What about popsicles? What about, so think of those kind of things. What about juices? Think of those things as well. Cupcakes, cakes. Trying to eliminate that red dye, that may help as well. And so I definitely will pay attention more to her diet, especially like before she goes to bed. Um, and like as far as going to the bathroom, like she goes to the bathroom when she takes her bath. I have her go to the bathroom right before bed, and then she still wakes up at 10 or 11 and has to go to the bathroom again. So I don't know. I don't know what is really triggering it right now. Okay, so then the other thing, so the magnesium calcium or calm magnesium gummies, I will share that with you because I'm gonna definitely try that. Um, Another just these different natural things, trying to. She said he takes one in the morning and one at night. I'm just trying to read some of the comments from earlier. And then Lauren said about the bad dream roller. So another thing to do that people are suggesting here that I love is kind of make it like, they're kind of in control. They're the ones that are stopping this. Kind of like how you would have a monster spray, and you could have just a can of water and it's their monster spray. This stuff is different than that, but that's kind of what I'm thinking in my head. It's a bad dream roller or spray, and it has the lavender in it, or it has this one says juniper, berry, and lavender. The one I used was Serenity. There's a ton out there. You can find things like that, but I know lavender is really good for rest and sleep. Rachel said that this happened to her Hannah, and they went to Build-A-Bear and got her voice recorded inside the little heart. And when she would wake up, I sprayed the bear with perfume before bed. So she sprayed it so it smelled like her and it sounded like her. And when she would squeeze it, so if she would wake up, she would smell her and she would feel her and hear her. And it said, hush, hush, little buns, close your eyes, mama loves you. I love that. And she said it worked really well for her. So I absolutely love that. I think that's super cute and helpful. So, kind of like what I've been doing where I would just go in there and, say her prayer with her or sing her song with her. Maybe it's something that what's calming to your kiddos. So, we have those two. The littlest little like to wake up about an hour before the alarm goes off. So I will touch on this really quick. As far as staying in their beds, as far as, alarms and things like that, my kiddos have an alarm clock. And what it is, it's just a little round clock. There's one called a Hatch, and I think ours is called a Happy Hippo. They're both very similar. They're about $50 on Amazon, which I get. That's kind of expensive for an alarm clock, but I have to see if mine can do more, like Kelly was telling me earlier today. With that, there is lights, so the kids can help choose like their night light, and it has all different colors that they can choose for their night light. There is sound, or I'm gonna have to see if there's white noise, like we've been talking about. There's also different alarm clocks on there. So what you can do is say bedtime is 8 o'clock. You set the nighttime for 8 o'clock, and what it does is the whole alarm clock like goes to sleep. Okay, so it looks like their alarm clock went to sleep. And then they set it, it has the music that plays for a little bit. It has the light that plays, and it only goes for a certain amount of time. And then in the morning, if you were to set the alarm clock at 7, okay? Not an alarm clock. It's not going to go off, okay? At 6:30, I think, the light will turn yellow. So if they happen to wake up early from, 6 to 6:30 or 6:30 to 7, they see that it's yellow, okay? And you just have to kind of teach them. Yellow means to stay in your room, okay? At that point, you can read a story, you can build puzzles, you can play with your toys, but it's your time to stay in your room. And then when the light turns green, you're able to come out. And then that green light stays from like 7 to 8. So then that way, if they wake up at any point, they can come out. This takes a little bit of time to train your kiddos so you guys can see, so they know when it's yellow, I have to stay in my room. When it's green, I get to come out, It does take a little bit of time for that, but once they get it, and Alex now, he'll be 4 in December, so he's not, a little over 3.5, and he now is like really getting into it. Like he'll come running in and he'll say, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, look, look," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong? What happened?" And he's like, "It's green, it's green." So he knows now that, he can come out of his room when it's green. So these are some things that have helped with us with sleep. I know every kiddo's different. I know every stage is different. I know we have sleep regression because of teething. I know, there could be other things. They could be waking up and they could be talking in their sleep. They could, wetting through the night. I mean, all of these things. And I will be sharing a few tips throughout this week about sleeping. So routine is one I talked about a little bit. Also this alarm clock, I'll share more about that this week. And I will be talking about it more on the radio with Kelly this week too. So we'll just kind of keep sleep as our topic this week. So if you guys have any other suggestions, comment them, post them here in the comments. It may help someone else. And also we'll share them throughout the week. We'll be posting them. So then that way people can get some help if they need it. So if there are other things that you guys are going through, it just so happens this was something that was real and going through, we were going through it in our life. This was something that we were doing. So it was something I talked about, and most people have had it or, have gone through it themselves. So if that's the case for you, please share what's going on in your life, because I love to be able to do polls like this. I love to be able to support each other. So another suggestion here was meditation. I love that, and I forget about it because I know that there are some kids' meditations that are good for sleep, and there's even some sleep yoga, I think, that's good for like calming. I need to revisit those kind of things maybe. I'm going to try one thing at a time because obviously I want to see what works, right? And I will definitely keep you guys posted. But if anyone is going through any kind of sleep issues, regression, night terrors, anything, please know that I'm sending you lots of love because I know it's hard. I know we all need our sleep, especially now more than ever, because we're doing things totally different. And just know that I'm here for you. So stay tuned for other things throughout this week. I want to keep it short and make this a good resource for others. So if you have anything, post it in the comments, let us know, and share some of the things that you guys are struggling or having rewards with. So let us know. All right, guys, I hope you have a fabulous night. And just remember, guys, see each moment as a chance to learn, create, and have fun. Bye, guys.